And in news that is kind of anybody's choice here, Batman, decided they're going to do a reboot after Dark Knight Rises.
That's
so
awesome.
It's good and bad news.
But why is it good news? Tell them why it's good news.
Because Christopher Nolan is still attached to produce with his wife, Emma Thomas.
Boom.
So at least we still have the Christopher Nolan factor in the movie franchise, but it's still a reboot, and I really don't think it's required.
Now see, like, I have a very deep love for Batman and a very deep love for Christopher Nolan. No, like, I don't think you understand how those two movies just, like, I've been a Batman fan since I was born, and when I saw Batman Begins, it was like, everything changed. And then after seeing The Dark Knight, it was like, holy crap, like he outdid Batman Begins.
You rarely walk out of a movie theater feeling that way.
If The Dark Knight Rises leaves me with that same feeling and they're going to reboot it for like no reason, especially if he's still producing it, like I feel you need to do reboots on Spider-Man. 3 was terrible. Like
I think that's an exception though. I think that they're thinking that in today's day and age, 3 is it. Like you can do 3 movies and then you got to do a reboot. And I think that in the examples, Spider-Man, 3 was bad. X-Men, 3 was bad. You know.
But Fantastic Four too. I know they're talking about rebooting that, but you should be rebooting bad movies. Like I'm almost afraid that it's going to be like the first 3 Star Wars films, and then they come out with more. It's just like no, there were just those 3.
Well,
it's just
you have the fact that Christian Bale is done making Batman movies. He's not going to make another Batman. And we've all been saying that anyone who tries to make a Batman movie after Christopher Nolan is going to have a really, really, really high bar to have to jump up to. So this is a really cool way so that we can still get great Batman movies. No one's going to just fall from grace because they're going to suck at making one.
I hope it's not like the...
And you can do so much. There's so many Batman stories you can do.
Well, I hope it's not like if Christopher Nolan's producing, I hope he's sitting there making sure everything's going the way he wants.
Yeah, not just gaining a producer credit out of it, you know.
He doesn't Christopher Nolan doesn't need a producer credit. That's
he's very involved in his film, so I'm hoping that
true.
maybe he'll have more reign on this than a lot of people think. Yeah. But I don't know, man. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
I have one friend who would like to see them remake or make the graphic novel Batman Returns or Dark Knight Returns into a movie where he's all old and fat.
Now, see, that would be cool as if you just did movies based on stories as opposed to just...
They could totally do that now.
I mean, because do you need another Batman movie talking about his origin? You really don't.
But now you have all these little roads you can go down, you know?
I just feel like as far as Christopher Nolan goes, I think he's become a name that fits in a movie now.
Absolutely.
Like Superman, he's kind of watching over the whole thing, and people are just going to assume that it's going to be great. I feel like maybe we're jumping the gun on how much involvement he really will have in the hard decisions.
I just have so much hope now.
See, I'm the complete after Dark Knight Rises. I feel like nothing's ever gonna.
I'm not saying anything about Christopher Nolan. I'm not saying that his work is going to debilitate. I'm saying that I just think we're over-examining how much involvement he's going to have in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
You
We
know?
probably definitely are.
I just want him to have a lot of involvement. I just want him to make more Batman movies.
The more involvement, the better.
Just
I mean, there's
That's all I
no
want.
argument there, Brandon.
Yeah.
The more he's involved, the better the movie will
Absolutely.
be. Anything he does, it'll be better. So,
In really awesome Batman news, though, for The Dark Knight Rises, Gary Oldman was saying that in order to read the script for The Dark Knight Rises, you have to personally go to Warner Brothers Studios. Security escorts you to a room where the script is, and you don't get the whole thing. Because apparently Christopher Nolan didn't write an ending. He has to physically tell the actors the ending to this movie.
That's awesome.
How awesome
That is the most top secret movie ever.
and it's great news, but if you think about it, unfortunately, that's the way it has to be now. Because things get leaked out so often. This is how it has to be.
Hearing that though, doesn't that make you excited?
Oh yeah.
What kind of ending does he have that he couldn't write it on paper?
Yeah, he wants no one to know what this movie is going to end with.
I love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm getting in line now. We're done recording.
Go camp.
I'm gonna be on location for the rest of the episodes of Nerdlocker.
Dark Knight Rises watch, Brandon, 2011. So something else I'm really, really stoked for, the Justice League movie is finally pegged for about 2013. Warner Bros. Totally wants to do it. And this way, now that there's going to be another Batman, obviously, because Christian Bale's done, you can totally do that and not have some star that you have to pay millions and millions of dollars just to be in the movie, you know?
Yep. It can be just a one-off thing and be done with that actor, and we can move on to another film.
A little dinky Justice League would be awesome.
That's pretty cool. You know,
It's more than pretty cool.
I want to see how the Avengers does as a team movie before I get my hopes up for a Justice League, because I'm much more a DC guy than I am a Marvel, and I would cry blood if there was an awesome Justice League movie put on.
If I can be a little biased for a moment, I think that seeing the Avengers movie is only going to motivate us more to want to see a Justice League movie, because anything that DC does is usually one-ups Marvel. In every way, the animated movies are 10 times better.
Dude, the animated
DC movies are always
Marvel's movies out of the water.
Yeah.
Like
the shorts blow their movies out of the water.
Oh, yeah. DC has got their stuff on lock with all of that. So.
Because all you need to do is actually write about an actual story that we've read in comic books.
And it's golden.
That's all Marvel has to do.
So that's what I want to see. Like, there was someone on one of the YouTube comments last week was talking about how I wasn't a fan of the Walking Dead TV show, as opposed to because I love the comics so much. It's because when you read these things, you want to see, like...
You scream.
You know, there's really good stories out there, you know, comic book stories. And there's so many times it's like, if you were to see that in live action or even in animation, like just actually seeing it happen, and there's like a cool satisfaction in that where you're like, oh my God.
And on top of that, you know, it's kind of hard, at least for me, to get some people to read comics.
Yeah,
so
really hard.
The animateds are a great way to get someone interested into a character.
You know what? That's how I started reading comics. Justice League New Frontier is the reason I read comic books. So.
One example of a good Marvel movie, though, alternatively, is the Ultimates line. Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2.
I really liked 1 and 2.
Those are damn good.
Those are good, but the Hulk versus I was not a fan of.
No,
and
absolutely not.
Iron Man and Doctor Strange were a little off.
Because they're leaning towards more like the Japanese animation. You can tell.
Which, that's not the problem. It's just the stories.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just like, I don't know why we're pushing towards that. You know, now there's going to be the Wolverine anime, the Iron Man anime, you know, all
Wolverine
these different
anime might be cool, though. Like, depending on who does that.
I want to see him do old Wolverine where he's all like, ah.
Like he's what? He's like what?
How was he?
I'm
I
sure you're
would
do
like
it.
to see
Do
this.
it one more time.
Yeah, please.
Okay, wait. To get in this
I'm
stance,
just watching you.
And they go, ah.
Is that a quote?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will go find a book like Wolverine 81 from 20 years ago.
Rah, rah, rah. You heard it here.
Rada.
Wolverine.